Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their enigmatic quarterback, the Heisman winner from Baylor. It's Robert Griffin III.
I think sometimes when you've had some rocky days as a starting quarterback in the NFL, people start to focus in on what you can't do or what they perceive you can't do. For Robert Griffin III, I say you remember what he can do and utilize those skills and strengths. And I think you've got a legit starting quarterback in the NFL again.
Throwing now, Griffin on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
And what a tough environment to roll into. On the road, playing one of the better teams in the league, obviously, because this is the playoffs. So what do teams talk about? Bringing their own momentum, bringing their own energy on the road, because you know you won't get any from the home crowd.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
Throwing on 2nd down. Griffin looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Gallman. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Gallman will run it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Griffin. And that will be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing, Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out there. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January.
Ordinarily, I say no. But in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. And if you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Chris Godwin, 50 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Mike 51. Cut. Ready to go.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Star Latulame in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And he'll give it here to his running back. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On first down, Jones. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Here's Jones on first down. It's caught by Treadwell. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Point after here coming up. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
$10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Check, check. Lucky.
This is Gallman. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Wayne Gallman, 64 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Jones now throwing on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They go play action. Griffin. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
58, Mike. I got one.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Gallman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, twisting away. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
58, come on. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Griffin, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Griffin. Got a man. He finds Sanders. Touchdown, Falcons. Emmanuel Sanders, 35 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now the try here for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
That's so educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jones operating from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
47's the money. Hey, come on.
From the 36, Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And the pressure gets to him again.
I'm going to hit you all day.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Robert Griffin III now gears up to lead this offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I got one.
Play action. Now Griffin. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Griffin. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. A delayed give to Gallman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On On third down, Griffin. Going to throw right side here, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Push him back. Push him back.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Back to throw. Jones. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get back to you two in just a second. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions doing battle with the Arizona Cardinals. As for our game, it has been very one-sided in that first half. But you can't take anything for granted in playoff football. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. On 2nd and 9, Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Vikings send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
On 1st down, Griffin. That's complete to Gallman. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is RG3. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Gallman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Wayne Gallman, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. So they won their division and earned the right to play at home in the first round of the playoffs, but this one is not going to script so far.
Nowhere did they have the thought process that they'd be down double digits. But the good thing is it's the first half. You and I know, I mean, you've been with me long enough now. Hang with the game plan. Stay the course for a while. Don't panic. And
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. A gain there of 21 yards. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. Open man is Higgins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back to throw. Jones. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, Griffin. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's Jordan Berry now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now out comes Minnesota. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
On the ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go. Ready, go. Here we go again. Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. He completes it to Treadwell. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
60 outlaw. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Go.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one on Brian Bulaga. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jones now operating from the gun. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Chris Jones in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Jones caught by the tight end Ertz. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. If this game continues the way it's gone, it'll be, well, somewhat of an upset. 5-4, not huge, but still the big thing, winning on the road to stay alive. Pretty big deal.
Yeah, when you pointed out that 5-4, the first thing that flashed through my head was college basketball. When they get to their tournament, right?
Yeah, like the 8-9 seed first-round game.
Right, you always look at that before you thought your brackets, don't you? And you got to figure out which one you're going to pick, that 9 seed over the 8. And sometimes even that 7-10 game feels the same way. Not much difference between the two teams. Give them a lot of credit, though, for going on the road and getting it done in this one.
Yeah, that's a difference. NCAA tournament neutral site here on the road and putting some people on notice. Out of the gun, Griffith. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the ground, it's Gallman again. Awesome midfield strike. Now it's Griffin. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Griffin. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Griffin. Throwing right, and that's complete. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check your money.
From the red zone now, here's Griffin on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Falcons on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Griffin. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
You ain't got nothing.
Now it's Griffin to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Throwing Jones. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Jones on first down. And this one to Treadwell, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. This pass complete to Higgins. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Star Latulele. His 2nd sack of the night. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Here's Jones operating from the gun. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rashard Higgins there to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.